This is Susan Bradley for CSO Online. Today I'm going to talk about zero trust, and not exactly zero trust, more like our pathway to zero trust. And we're going to start with passwords. But before I start, I'm going to remind you of a podcast that's out on CSO Online talking about the zero trust model and what you need to do. So start there, and once you're done, come back to my video. So again, I'm talking about passwords. And I hope by now that you've gone to download and you use the Local Administrator Password Solution, or LAPS. Now, if you have a traditional Active Directory domain, you should absolutely have this as your starting place. So what this means is each Local Administrator password is randomized, it's protected, so that when ransomware or some other attackers come into your organization, they can't harvest a local administrator password and go through your entire domain. So make sure that you have this installed. Now, if you're a modern organization and you're using Intune instead of Active Directory, there's solutions out there as well. Go out to the Azure Marketplace and there's LAPS for Azure, LAPS with Intune, and also Admin Password Manager for Enterprise. Most of us are in a situation where we can't yet be zero trust, but we can do a better job with the existing password policies that we have. And one of the things we need to do is look at our existing password policy. And you can go out to PowerShell and use this command and actually see what your password policy is. Now, this is a sample domain, and you can see I have the older style of password policy, meaning that it says password length of 7. It's now recommended to be 14. And in fact, since Windows 10 1903, these are the recommended settings. You want to enforce password history for 24. You want to not have a maximum password age or a minimum password age. Changing these or making these set for every so many days actually encourages users to have less secure passwords. You want to make sure the minimum password length is 14. You want to make sure that the settings for password must meet complexity is enabled. And you want to make sure that store passwords using reversible encryption is always disabled. If you say that enabled, again, those passwords will be able to be reversed, and you don't want that. Now, you want to set passwords for the entire domain, and you want to go into group policy on an Active Directory domain, and you want to go and set those policies. And you go under Computer Configuration, Policies, Windows Settings, Security Settings, Account Policies, and Password Policy. And again, this is where you want to change those settings. Originally, the minimum password length was 7. You want to make sure that's up to 14. That's the new recommendation, is 14. And then, of course, if you want to have even more perfect password policies, you want to do a fine-grained password policies. And I put a link into the how to do that on the guide as well. So, bottom line, if you haven't looked at your password policies for a while, time to relook again. Time to start the process of going to passwordless. But obviously, we're not all there yet. So in the meantime, review what you got, review your password policies, make sure there is strong and balance between usability and access to your organization. Until next time, this is Susan Bradley for CSO Online.